Welcome to chest and triceps. Go ahead and do whatever warm up you want to do. Just really make sure to emphasize the chest and the triceps. Feel free to turn on music at your house or wherever else you are doing this workout. There are studies that indicate music can help you get a better workout. Are we ready to go? All right, a superset, which are exercises that are done back to back with no rest in between. Your first two exercises is a chest press. You want to make sure those elbows do not drop below the bench, and if you're on the floor, you won't have to worry about that. You'll switch to your lighter weights, and you will be doing skull crushers. Now with skull crushers, you really want to keep those elbows pinned in like you're holding a beach ball in between your elbows because they're going to want to flare out. Now just looking at this right now, I can already tell my elbows are moving too much. You don't want to drop them down. You want to keep them as stable as possible. So we're going to do 10 reps of each exercise. A nice good pace. If you have weights that are too light, it actually is harder if you slow it down. So you can slow it down and you can pause at the bottom where you hold the weight in place and then you can go back up. And it makes it a little bit harder if you have weights that are a little bit too light. You want to move right into your skull crushers and you will get a 30-second break after your 10 reps of this exercise. Now I should not be bringing the weights that far down. They should probably stop more towards my forehead instead of my ears. If you don't feel like you have heavy enough weights and you would rather do push-ups, push-ups are a great body weight alternative to a chest press. All right, 30 seconds rest, and we will repeat that one more time. Your next two superset moves are a chest fly. You have a bent elbow, a slight bend in your elbow, and you're going down to almost the floor. You stop it before it hits the floor, and you squeeze your chest as you come up. The next one is a tricep press. So you keep your elbows in close to your sides, and you're pressing straight up. 10 reps of each, back to back. Make sure you are keeping your lower back pressed down against the floor. So if someone was to come and try and stick their hand underneath there, they couldn't. That protects your lower back and it keeps your core engaged. If you have light weights for this tricep press, you can work on just holding it above the ground slightly before you press up, and that could make it more challenging. Your next two moves. You've got a rotating chest press, very similar to the first move. You're just rotating your hand placement at the top. Next, you've got a tricep push-up. Now, a lot of people do this incorrectly. You want to keep those elbows super close to your rib cage, and they should be grazing your side. This exercise, you really need to make it yours. You need to do what works best for you. Maybe you don't have the range of motion to go all the way to the floor and you just want to go a few inches. Maybe you just want to hold plank. But just make sure you're keeping those elbows tight in by your side. All right, now we're switching it up a little bit. You've got 3 exercises. You're going to do them back to back, but you're only going to do them 2 times through instead of 3 times. The first one is a 1-arm tricep cross. You'll do 10 reps with one arm and then 10 reps on the other arm. Then you've got wide push-ups, and make sure you are not hunching over your back and dropping your chin. You want to keep that stiff neck and your shoulders and ears away from each other. Next is a tricep dip. You can even do this one on the floor. Super effective either way. The reason we hold our elbow with one arm is it just keeps it stable. Kind of like the skull crushers, where your elbow just wants to move. So it just helps you really isolate the tricep and keep your elbow stable. You could even try not holding on to your elbow and see how stable you can keep your arm. It is very difficult. The push-ups, make sure you lead with your chest and not with your nose or forehead. You really want to keep those shoulders and ears away from each other. Now again, you might be on your knees, you might be just going a few inches, or maybe you're going all the way to the floor. Tricep dips. You want to make those elbows go straight back. Your hips can be up, they can be down. Yay, you made it. Great job. I know you're going to want to skip this next part, but make sure you cool down and you really stretch it out.